What's up guys and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the best jack of all trades weapon in the game, the R-301 carbine. Now, like many other people, the R-301 has become my favorite gun in the game. It is so versatile and I love the way that you have to play with it. It's kind of good for almost any scenario, and today we're going to go over playstyles and the best way to use this gun in my opinion. Now the R-301 does 14 damage to the body and 28 to the head. And even though this doesn't seem like much, with the rate of fire it has, you can down enemies extremely quickly if your aim is on point. First, we're going to talk about how the gun handles. The R-301 has almost no recoil compared to some of the other guns, especially its counterpart, the R-99, which is a submachine gun. The R-301's kick is pretty stable, it's not too hard, all you really do is pull down, and it has almost no horizontal recoil. What this means is that if you can pull down even a little bit, you'll be able to handle this gun no problem at all. This is a very good beginner weapon since it doesn't have a lot of recoil, there's no real learning curve to it, and it's pretty reliable in most scenarios. Now the base gun is good by itself. If you find one at the beginning of the game, it's amazing, you're going to be set. But there are attachments for it that you really want to get the most out of this weapon. Without these attachments, then the gun can be pretty weak at times, and it doesn't always kill when you want it to. Now what the R-301 really needs is an extended mag. Without the extended mag, it's extremely hard to down people in one clip. Unless you hit them in the head completely or you just completely destroy their body, most of the time you will not down them in one clip, which is really bad for you in a gunfight, especially when their teammates are around them. Even though you will do a lot of damage with that clip without the extended mag, that opening that you're going to give them will give them a chance to either inflict damage on you or run away. And there's been a lot of times where I've had somebody run away from me and I couldn't kill them because I just did not have enough bullets in my mag. So make sure that an extended mag is the first thing you go after. Now something that can also benefit the R-301 is the barrel stabilizer. While the R-301 has almost no recoil, it does have a small movement from side to side, which isn't a lot of recoil to be honest, but it can throw people off. Some people might overcompensate, thinking there's going to be a lot more recoil than there really is. But a barrel stabilizer would make this so much easier for you since it makes the gun almost a laser. Now having a stock on the R-301 would come in handy depending on which way you're going to use it. A stock, all it does is just affect how fast you swap out weapons, which is the weapon you're holding obviously. If you have an R-301 and you don't have an extended mag, but a good stock, then this can really help you. Since the R-301 without an extended mag will most likely not kill people in one clip, this means most of the time you're going to have to switch weapons to your secondary. And having the stock on your R-301 will mean that switching out weapons will be faster, therefore you'll be able to get the kill even faster. Now when it comes to sights, the R-301 has a built-in holographic sight, which is a little triangle, and it's honestly very good. You don't need another sight, to be honest. If you don't find one, that's fine. You should focus getting sights for your other guns. But that doesn't mean you should pass up on sights if you have an extra one. The only bad thing about the built-in sight in the 301 is that the full gun is under the sight, which means that you can't see a certain portion of your screen with it. Once you get a sight, this will make it a lot easier since you can see more around you and more under your gun, so that way people won't get blocked out. There's been a few times where I don't kill somebody, or it's hard for me to track somebody because I lose sight of them, because the gun is actually pretty big when you're aiming down sights. And a normal sight will fix that, no problem. But again, it's not a big deal. You don't need a sight for it, but I mean, it never hurts to have one, especially if you prefer one. Now, like I said before, the beauty of the R-301 is that it's a very jack of all trades weapon. You can use almost any sight on it, whether it be 1 time, 2 times, or 3 times. Using a 2 or 3 times is extremely viable, and it's really good, especially for people that can't see too far. It's a really good way to get damage on people from kind of far, that way you don't have to take all your engagements close range. And this can be especially good in the end game when a lot of people carry peacekeepers, and whenever someone has a peacekeeper, you want to stay far away from that person because that thing's a monster and you do not want to go up against that 1v1, even if it is an R-301. Now if you do decide to use a 2 times or 3 times, you want to take into consideration the amount of recoil you're going to notice when you shoot it. Since you're going to be more zoomed in with these sights, you're going to notice a lot more recoil. It doesn't mean that you're going to have more recoil, the gun recoil will still be the same, but since you're more zoomed in, you're going to notice it a lot more, and you have to be ready for that, and you have to be ready to compensate for that recoil. Having a sight that's more zoomed in is going to make it a little bit harder to use, but the recoil still isn't bad at all, and it's going to be just like any other shooting game. In conclusion, the R-301 is a great weapon and is viable at almost any scenario. The only time you don't want to use this is super far, whenever people are really far away. You can still use it, but you're gonna have to accommodate for bullet drop, and it's just, you're gonna be wasting ammo at that point. You know, you really don't want to, but it is still there. If you really know that somebody's hurt and they're really far, you can still go for the shot because you never know, it might hit them anyway. Now with this gun, you can play aggressive and defensive. There's no real way to play it. It can kind of fit almost any play style, but the one thing you do want to do is aim for the head. Especially if we don't have an extended mag, aiming for the head is a must, since you really want to down people as fast as possible. And like I said before, not having an extended mag is going to really hurt you, because you're going to give people that open little window to run away or to hurt you back. Now the time to down on this gun is not too crazy, so you kind of want to be careful which engagement you take. You want to make sure that you have the height advantage at least, and you're kind of a good distance away, since things like the R-99 and the shotguns can actually beat you unless your aim is completely on point and you hit headshots like a beast. Then it won't be a problem. But if that's not the case, then you're going to want to make sure that you keep a good distance. Maybe medium range is probably the best way. And also, if you're in close range, don't be afraid to hip fire it. The hip fire is very good. It's very reliable, and it can put a lot of damage on somebody, especially if you team each other around to hurt them even more. This can be a really, really good tactic. But yeah, guys, that was my R-301 gun. Hope you all enjoyed it. I'll be doing guides for all the weapons, as well as some other videos here and there, depending on certain topics. Maybe some funny videos or some montages and stuff like that. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed it. If you haven't subbed already, be sure to sub at the bottom and hit that bell icon so you won't miss any of my future videos. Also, I would really appreciate it if you can spread my channel around. That way I can, grow a good community and be able to make more videos for more people, and just kind of spread my opinion about the game and the knowledge of it and all that good stuff. But yeah, hope y'all are enjoying the game, and hope y'all are enjoying the season 1 skins and the battle pass, even though the battle pass skins are a little booty. But we appreciate the work that Respawn is doing for this game, and hopefully the next battle pass will be better. But keeping my hopes up. Alright, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Y'all have a good one, guys. Take it easy, be safe out there, and I will see y'all next time. Peace.
1 minute, rings nearby.
They're close by, we're gonna have to move.
Rings next door, 45.
Keeping my eyes on this spot.
Let's go this way.
Alrighty.
That was gay.
You are the Apex champions.
I thought it was bad hit. I thought it was a bug.
Dude.